The WWE announced that Wyatt, whose real name is Wyndham Rotunda, died unexpectedly last night.
Many of us grew up idolizing larger-than-life characters in the world of professional wrestling. But behind the glitz and glamour lies a somber reality, the untimely deaths of some of these athletes. These aren't just stories of triumph and glory. They're also tales of hardship and loss, of young lives extinguished before they could truly shine. From the electrifying performances in the ring to the fervent dedication behind the scenes, these wrestlers poured their hearts and souls into their craft. But for some, the journey was cut short, leaving behind a legacy tinged with tragedy and unanswered questions. Join us as we delve into the lives of these remarkable individuals, celebrating their achievements while also reflecting on the fragility of life in the world of professional wrestling. Lance Cade. Lance Cade, born Lance Curtis McNaught, was a rising star in the world of professional wrestling. He had all the makings of a WWE superstar, but his promising career came to a tragic end when he passed away before the age of 30. In this video, we will delve into the life and untimely death of Lance Cade, shedding light on the incredible talent he possessed and the shocking circumstances surrounding his demise. From his early days of training under the guidance of Shawn Michaels to his tag team success with Trevor Murdoch, Cade's journey in the wrestling industry was filled with highs and lows. Lance Cade's passion for professional wrestling ignited at a young age. Born on March 2, 1981, in Carroll, Iowa, Lance Curtis McNaught, known by his ring name Lance Cade, had dreams of becoming a WWE superstar. His journey into the world of wrestling began under the tutelage of none other than the legendary Shawn Michaels. At just 18 years old, Cade had the opportunity to train at the prestigious Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy, where he honed his skills and learned from one of the industry's greatest performers. During his time at the academy, Cade formed a close bond with fellow student Bryan Danielson, who would later achieve fame as Daniel Bryan. The two young wrestlers quickly established themselves as a formidable tag team, showcasing their talent and potential. In 2001, Cade's hard work and dedication paid off when he was signed by World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. He started his journey in WWE's developmental territory, the Heartland Wrestling Association, HWA, where he continued to refine his skills and gain valuable in-ring experience. Cade's impressive performances in HWA caught the attention of WWE officials, leading to his promotion to Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW, another developmental territory. It was during his time in OVW that Cade truly began to make a name for himself. He became a member of the stable Bolin Services, led by manager Kenny Bolin, and quickly rose through the ranks. In 2003, Cade had the opportunity to compete in the OVW Tag Team Title Tournament, showcasing his tag team prowess alongside his partner Mark Jindrak. The duo's chemistry and in-ring abilities impressed both fans and WWE decision-makers, earning them a spot on the main roster. Cade's hard work and dedication paid off when he made his debut on the Raw brand in 2003 under the moniker Garrison Cade. Although he initially found himself in the low mid-card, Cade's talent and potential were evident. He had several notable matches, including appearances at Armageddon 2003, WrestleMania XX, Backlash 2004, and Vengeance 2004. However, it was his partnership with Mark Jindrak that truly elevated Cade's career. The duo formed a tag team known as Cade and Jindrak, and their unique combination of athleticism and power made them stand out in the tag team division. They faced off against some of the biggest names in WWE, including the Dudley Boys and Evolution, but unfortunately, they were never able to capture the coveted tag team gold. Despite their lack of championship success, Cade and Jindrak's performances caught the attention of the WWE universe. Fans appreciated their in-ring abilities and the chemistry they displayed as a team. However, their partnership was short-lived when Jindrak was drafted to SmackDown, leaving Cade to forge his path as a singles competitor. Cade's career as a singles wrestler did not reach the same heights as his tag team success. He underwent a brief repackaging, adopting the persona of the refined gentleman and shedding his southern redneck gimmick. Unfortunately, this new direction failed to resonate with the audience, and Cade struggled to find his footing as a solo act. Despite the challenges Lance Cade faced as a singles competitor, his career took a turn for the better when he formed a tag team partnership with Trevor Murdoch. The duo, known as Cade and Murdoch, quickly became a fan favorite and found tremendous success in the tag team division. Cade and Murdoch's contrasting styles and personalities complemented each other perfectly. Cade, with his athletic prowess and technical skills, balanced out Murdoch's brawling power and rugged charm. Together, they captured the attention of the WWE universe and proved to be a formidable force in the ring. In 2005, Cade and Murdoch achieved their first taste of tag team gold when they defeated the Hurricane and Rosie to win the World Tag Team Team Championships. The victory was a testament to their hard work and dedication, and it marked the beginning of a memorable tag team reign. Over the next 2 years, Cade and Murdoch would capture the World Tag Team Championships 2 more times, solidifying their status as one of the top tag teams in WWE. They faced off against legendary teams such as D-Generation X and the Hardy Boys, showcasing their chemistry and ability to deliver exciting matches. Despite their success, Cade and Murdoch's partnership came to an abrupt end in 2008. The decision to split the team was a shock to both the WWE Universe and the wrestlers themselves. Cade, now on his own once again, embarked on a new chapter in his career. Shortly after the split, Cade found himself forming an alliance with Chris Jericho, one of WWE's most accomplished and respected veterans. Jericho took Cade under his wing and became his mentor, guiding him and helping him navigate the competitive world of professional wrestling. Cade's alliance with Jericho presented a golden opportunity for him to showcase his talent on a grand stage. He had the chance to face off against some of the biggest names in the industry, including his former mentor, Shawn Michaels. The matches were intense and hard-fought, and Cade proved that he could hold his own against the best in the business. However, despite the promising direction his career was taking, tragedy struck in October 2008. Cade's time with WWE came to an abrupt end when he was released from the company. The exact reasons for his release were not publicly disclosed, but it was reported to be a result of a major mistake involving bad judgment. Cade's release from WWE was a devastating blow to his career. He had worked tirelessly to establish himself as a top talent, and it seemed like he was on the cusp of reaching new heights. The sudden departure left fans and fellow wrestlers shocked and saddened. Following his release, Cade continued his wrestling career on the independent circuit, making appearances in promotions such as All Japan Pro Wrestling. He joined the Voodoo Murders stable and primarily competed in tag team matches, showcasing his versatility and adaptability as a performer. Cade's final match took place on July 4th, 2010, just a little over 2 years after his release from WWE. Tragically, he was scheduled to challenge for the World Tag Team Championships before his untimely death on August 13th, 2010. The circumstances surrounding Cade's death were heartbreaking. It was attributed to apparent heart failure caused by mixed drug intoxication, complicating cardiomyopathy. Cade had been hospitalized a few months prior due to difficulty breathing, indicating the toll that his struggles with substance abuse had taken on his health. The wrestling community mourned the loss of Lance Cade, a talented performer whose potential was cut short far too soon. A tribute show was held in his honor on March 5th, 2011, where friends, family, and fans gathered to celebrate his life and legacy. Russ Hos. Next, we have the captivating yet heartbreaking tale of Russ Hos, a talented WWE wrestler whose life was tragically cut short before the age of 30. Russ Hos, born Thomas Russell Hos, was a promising American professional wrestler known for his work alongside his older brother Charlie. From their early days on the independent circuit to their rise in the World Wrestling Federation, the Hos brothers were on the path to greatness. However, in September 2001, Russ Hos suffered a heart attack, and just a few months later, he passed away in his sleep at the age of 27. Russ Hos's passion for wrestling began during his college years at Seton Hall University, where he excelled as a collegiate wrestler. His natural talent and dedication caught the attention of Mike Sharp, a renowned wrestling trainer, who saw great potential in the young Hos brothers. After completing his training, Russ Hos embarked on his professional wrestling journey alongside his brother Charlie. The duo quickly made a name for themselves on the independent circuit, captivating audiences with their exceptional athleticism and tag team chemistry. In mid-1998, they achieved their first major milestone by winning the Jersey All-Pro Wrestling JPW Tag Team Championship, defeating the Skinhead Express. Their success continued to soar as they secured the JPW Tag Team Championship for the second time in mid-1999, solidifying their status as a dominant force in the wrestling world. The Hos brothers' unique blend of technical prowess and high-flying maneuvers made them fan favorites wherever they competed, but their accomplishments didn't stop there. In 2000, the Hos brothers expanded their reign by capturing the Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling (PCW) Tag Team Championship and the East Coast Wrestling Association (ECWA) Tag Team Championship. They defeated formidable opponents such as Jeff Peterson and Boogie Woogie Brown to claim the PCW Tag Team Championship, and triumphed over the Backseat Boys, Trent Acid, and Johnny Cashmere to secure the ECW Tag Team Championship. The Hos brothers' meteoric rise continued in early 2000 when they ventured into Combat Zone Wrestling (CZW), They competed against some of the toughest teams in the promotion and emerged victorious, capturing the CZW World Tag Team Championship. Their victory came in a thrilling three-way match against the Cashmerino brothers and the Thrill Kill Cult. Their remarkable achievements caught the attention of the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now known as World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. In August 2000, the Hos brothers were given a tryout match at Madison Square Garden, which led to them signing a developmental contract with the WWF the following day. The Hos brothers continued their journey in the WWF's developmental territories, Memphis Championship Wrestling, MCW, and the Heartland Wrestling Association, HWA. They showcased their skills and honed their craft, capturing the MCW Southern Tag Team Championship on 3 separate occasions during early 2001. Their victories included defeating the Dups and emerging victorious in a thrilling 3-way match against the Island Boys and Joey Matthews and Christian York. Russ Hos's early wrestling career was marked by an impressive list of accomplishments. From winning multiple tag team championships to captivating audiences with his in-ring abilities, Hos was on the path to superstardom. However, little did anyone know that tragedy would soon strike, forever altering the course of his life and career. In September 2001, tragedy struck the wrestling world when Russ Hos suffered a heart attack. This unexpected health crisis sent shockwaves through the industry, leaving fans, friends, and family deeply concerned for his well-being. Despite the setback, Hos remained determined to overcome this obstacle and continue pursuing his dreams in professional wrestling. However, on December 15, 2001, the wrestling community was devastated by the news of Russ Hos's untimely death. At the age of 27, Hos passed away in his sleep due to heart failure. The wrestling world mourned the loss of a young talent with immense potential, and the Hos family was left to grapple with the profound grief of losing a beloved son and brother. In the wake of Russ Hos's tragic passing, the wrestling community rallied together to pay tribute to the fallen star. One of the most touching tributes came from his brother Charlie, who wrestled under the ring name R.C. Hos in honor of Russ. Charlie even began wearing wrist tape with the name Russ, prominently displaying a constant reminder of his brother's legacy. The wrestling promotions that had been touched by Russ Hos's presence also paid their respects. CZW's Cage of Death 3 show, held on December 15, 2001, featured a 10-bell salute in Hos's memory. Wrestlers donned black armbands, and some even taped RH on their wrestling boots as a symbol of remembrance and respect. On December 17, 2001, during an episode of Raw, Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler took a moment to acknowledge Russ Hos's passing and offer their condolences. The wrestling community came together to mourn the loss of a young talent who had left an indelible mark on the industry. Beyond the wrestling ring, tributes poured in from various personalities and fans. William Moody and Kevin Kelly, both well-known figures in the wrestling world, paid tribute to Hos on their respective websites, sharing their memories and expressing their sorrow over his passing. In February 2002, Jersey All Pro Wrestling, JPW, organized the Russ Hos Memorial Show as a way to honor his memory. The event saw the JPW roster donating their services, coming together to celebrate the life and career of a wrestler who had touched the hearts of many. Later that year, in August 2002, Phoenix Championship Wrestling held the Russ Hos Memorial Tag Team Tournament. This special tournament brought together local independent talent, as well as talent from Ohio Valley Wrestling and World Wrestling Entertainment, to compete in Hos's honor. The tournament served as a testament to the impact Russ Hos had on the wrestling community and showcased the love and respect he garnered throughout his career. In recognition of his contributions to the wrestling industry, Russ Hos was posthumously inducted into the ECWA Hall of Fame in 2004 and the JPW Hall of Fame in 2007. These honors serve as a lasting tribute to a young wrestler whose potential was tragically cut short. Russ Hos's untimely death left a void in the wrestling world, but his memory lives on through the tributes and the impact he made during his time in the industry. Louis Spicoli.
In the ring, weighing in at 245 pounds, hailing from San Pedro, California. Here is Louis Spicoli!
Louis Spicoli, born Louis Mucciolo Jr., was a promising talent who captured the hearts of fans with his charisma and in-ring skills. However, his journey was marred by personal demons that ultimately led to his untimely demise before the age of 30. Louis Spicoli's journey in the world of professional wrestling began in 1988, when he was just 17 years old. At this young age, he started training with Big Bill Anderson, a well-known figure in the wrestling industry. It was during this time that Spicoli's passion for wrestling started to take shape, and he knew he wanted wanted to pursue it as a career. In 1988, Spicoli made his debut in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, as a jobber, using the ring name Louis Spicoli. As a jobber, his role was to enhance the reputation of the established stars by losing to them in matches. Despite the losses, Spicoli showed glimpses of his potential and impressed many with his dedication and work ethic. Throughout his early career, Spicoli continued to work as a jobber for the WWF, often facing off against some of the promotion's top stars. While he faced numerous defeats, he managed to register 2 victories in 1993, defeating the White Knight, who was actually his trainer, Bill Anderson, and the Lightning Kid. These victories showcased Spicoli's resilience and determination, proving that he had the skills to compete at a higher level. In addition to his appearances in the WWF, Spicoli also ventured into the Mexican wrestling scene. In 1989, he traveled to Tijuana, Mexico, alongside Tim Patterson and his trainer, Bill Anderson. Together, they formed a stable known as Los Mercenarios Americanos, the American Mercenaries. This trio of masked villains feuded with the popular Los Villanos faction, consisting of Villano First, Villano 3, Villano 4, and Villano 5. The Mercenarios gained a reputation for their ruthless tactics and intense rivalries, captivating audiences with their high-stakes matches. Spicoli's talent and versatility allowed him to explore various wrestling promotions and personas. He worked on the independent circuit, making appearances with Herb Abrams' Universal Wrestling Federation as Cutie Pie. In 1991, he traveled to Arizona, where he won the Interwest Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship under the ring name the Zodiac. These experiences allowed Spicoli to hone his skills and develop a unique in-ring style that would later define his career. Despite his success in Mexico and on the independent circuit, Spicoli's desire to expand his horizons led him to return to the WWF as an enhancement talent in 1992. However, his time with the promotion was short-lived, and he once again set his sights on international opportunities. Spicoli made several appearances with Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling in Japan, where he wrestled under the moniker The Killer Blonde. His time in Japan exposed him to different wrestling styles and further solidified his reputation as a versatile performer. In 1994, Spicoli briefly joined Smoky Mountain Wrestling, where he engaged in a heated feud with Chris Candido for the United States Junior Heavyweight Championship. Although his tenure with the promotion was short, his matches with Candido showcased his technical prowess and ability to captivate audiences with his in-ring storytelling. Spicoli's career took another significant turn when he joined Asistencia Asesoria y Administración (AAA) in Mexico. Under the ring name Madonna's Boyfriend, he became a member of the popular faction Los Gringos Locos alongside Eddie Guerrero, Conan, and Art Barr. Their high-flying and innovative style revolutionized the Mexican wrestling scene, and Spicoli's contributions to the faction solidified his status as a rising star in the industry. Embracing the grunge culture of the 1990s, Rad Radford was portrayed as a fan of the genre and was even rumored to be the boyfriend of rock star Courtney Love. This reinvention allowed Spicoli to showcase his versatility as a performer and connect with a new generation of fans. As Rad Radford, Spicoli embarked on an angle with the Body Donnas, a popular tag team in the WWF at the time. Despite his comparatively flabby physique, Radford expressed a desire to join the Body Donnas and was eventually admitted as a Body Donna in training. This storyline provided an opportunity for Spicoli to display his comedic timing and ability to engage with the audience. However, Rad Radford's time with the Body Donnas was short-lived. At Survivor Series, he was unceremoniously thrown out of the group due to his physique not meeting their standards. This setback marked a turning point in Spicoli's career, as he struggled to find consistent success as Rad Radford in the WWF. Throughout his tenure as Rad Radford, Spicoli achieved little in terms of victories over other name talent. He often found himself on the losing end of matches, which hindered his momentum and limited his opportunities to showcase his in-ring abilities. Despite these challenges, Spicoli's charisma and unique character portrayal resonated with some fans, who appreciated his underdog spirit and determination. Unfortunately, Spicoli's time in the WWF was marred by personal struggles. In early 1996, he faced a life-threatening situation when he was found unconscious by a neighbor after overdosing on Soma, a muscle relaxant, and suffering a seizure. He was rushed to the hospital and remained in intensive care for several days before making a recovery. The incident raised concerns about Spicoli's well-being and led to the WWF making a difficult decision regarding his future with the company. Due to the controversy surrounding the steroid trials that had plagued the wrestling industry in previous years, the WWF released Spicoli on the condition that he would not work for their rival promotion, World Championship Wrestling, WCW, for a year. This decision was made with Spicoli's health and well-being in mind, as the company wanted to ensure that he had the necessary time to recover and address his personal issues. Spicoli's departure from the WWF marked the end of his time in the company, agony and left fans wondering what could have been. Despite the challenges he faced during his tenure as Rad Radford, Spicoli's unique character and undeniable talent left an impression on those who had the opportunity to witness his performances. Kasavubu.
From Uganda at 301 pounds, Kasavubu.
Kasavubu's journey in the world of professional wrestling began in the gritty world of big-time wrestling, where he made his debut under the name Jimmy Banks. It was here that the young wrestler honed his skills and showcased his raw talent. In February 1975, at the age of 18, Banks stepped into the ring for the first time, ready to make a name for himself. Big-time wrestling, based in Detroit, Michigan, provided the perfect platform for Banks to showcase his abilities and learn from seasoned veterans. As Jimmy Banks, he quickly caught the attention of both fans and promoters with his impressive athleticism and natural charisma. Banks possessed a unique blend of strength, agility, and showmanship that set him apart from his peers. During his time in big-time wrestling, Banks faced off against a variety of opponents, each match serving as a stepping stone in his wrestling journey. He learned valuable lessons from every encounter, constantly refining his technique and expanding his repertoire of moves. Banks' dedication and hard work paid off as he began to gain recognition within the wrestling community. His matches became must-see events, drawing in crowds eager to witness the rising star in action. Banks' ability to connect with the audience and tell a compelling story in the ring set him apart from his peers. While his time in big-time wrestling was relatively short, Banks left a lasting impression on both fans and fellow wrestlers. His unique style and undeniable talent caught the attention of Canadian wrestler Johnny Powers, who saw great potential in the young wrestler. Powers took Banks under his wing and became his mentor, imparting his knowledge and expertise to help shape Banks into a formidable competitor. Under Powers' guidance, Banks refined his skills and developed a deeper understanding of the art of professional wrestling. With each match, Banks continued to evolve and grow as a performer. His dedication to his craft was evident as he constantly sought to improve and push the boundaries of what was possible in the ring. Banks' hard work and determination set the stage for his future success. As his time in big-time wrestling came to a close, Banks knew that he was ready for the next chapter in his wrestling career. The experiences and lessons he gained during his early days as Jimmy Banks would serve as a solid foundation for the incredible journey that lay ahead. Little did the wrestling world know that the young and talented Jimmy Banks would soon transform into the larger-than-life persona of Kasavubu, captivating audiences around the world with his unique character and awe-inspiring performances. After his stint in big-time wrestling, Kasavubu's wrestling journey led him to Stampede Wrestling, a promotion based in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It was here that he would undergo a transformation, both in his character and in his status as a wrestler. Initially known as Tiger Jackson, Kasavubu quickly caught the attention of fans and promoters with his unique presence and in-ring abilities. However, it was his eventual transformation into the persona of Kasavubu that would solidify his place as one of the territory's top heels. Billed from Uganda, Kasavubu embraced his new character with gusto. He became a menacing force in the ring, using his size, strength, and cunning to intimidate and dominate his opponents. Managed by J.R. Foley, Kasavubu quickly became a fan favorite, or rather a fan's favorite villain. Stampede Wrestling provided the perfect platform for Kasavubu to showcase his skills and establish himself as a formidable competitor. His matches were filled with drama, excitement, and a touch of controversy, as he used every trick in the book to secure victories and leave a lasting impression on the audience. Kasavubu's initial opponents in Stampede Wrestling included the likes of John Quinn, Gil Hayes, Rick Martel, and Gene Kiniski. These matches served as a proving ground for the rising star, allowing him to demonstrate his versatility and adaptability in the ring. In January 1978, Kasavubu formed a short-lived tag team with the Cuban Assassin, adding another layer of intrigue to his character. The duo wreaked havoc on their opponents, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. However, it was as a singles competitor that Kasavubu truly shone. The peak of Kasavubu's career in Stampede Wrestling came on September 22, 1978, when he faced off against Paddy Ryan in a no disqualification, no countouts, 2 out of 3 falls match in the Victoria Pavilion. The stakes were high, and the match was filled with intense action and suspense. In a hard-fought battle, Kasavubu emerged victorious, capturing the Stampede North American Heavyweight Championship. This title win solidified his status as one of the promotion's top stars and showcased his ability to rise to the occasion in high-pressure situations. Kasavubu's reign as champion was not without its challenges. He defended the title against a variety of opponents, each one eager to dethrone the dominant champion. However, Kasavubu's cunning and tenacity allowed him to hold on to the championship for a significant period, further solidifying solidifying his reputation as a force to be reckoned with. Unfortunately, Kasavubu's time in Stampede Wrestling came to an end later that year. Health issues forced him to step away from the ring, leaving behind a legacy of memorable matches and unforgettable moments. His departure left a void in the promotion as fans and fellow wrestlers alike mourned the absence of the larger-than-life character. The Von Erich Boys.
Kerry said that evidently he'd gotten in from the airport and he was like not himself. He was kind of maybe a little drunk and maybe he had a pill they'd combined or whatever, but enough they wanted to search him.
In the world of professional wrestling, the Von Erich family was a force to be reckoned with. Their incredible talent and captivating performances in the ring made them fan favorites around the world. However, behind the scenes, a dark cloud loomed over the family, leading to a series of tragic and untimely deaths that would forever haunt their legacy. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of the Von Erich story is the number of accidental deaths that occurred within the family. The first tragedy struck when Fritz Von Erich and his wife Doris lost their firstborn son, Jack Jr., at the tender age of 6. It was a sunny day in 1959 when young Jack Jr. was playing outside their Niagara Falls home. In a tragic turn of events, he stepped on a trailer tongue, was electrically shocked, and fell into a melting snow puddle, face first. The shock and drowning were accidental, but the loss was devastating for the family. This initial tragedy set the stage for the family's future struggles and the infamous Von Erich curse that would come to haunt them. The curse seemed to follow the family as they faced one heartbreaking loss after another. The deaths of David, Mike, Chris, and Kerry Von Erich would all be marked by a sense of tragedy and despair. David Von Erich, the third son of Fritz and Doris, showed great promise in the wrestling world. He was a rising star in the world-class championship wrestling promotion and had the potential to become one of the biggest names in the industry. However, his life was tragically cut short when he died in a Tokyo hotel room at the age of 25. The official cause of death was listed as enteritis, a severe inflammation of the intestines. The wrestling world was left in shock and disbelief at the loss of such a young and talented performer. The family's string of accidental deaths continued with Mike Von Erich, the fifth son. Mike had dreams of working behind the scenes as a cameraman for world-class championship wrestling, but after the death of his brother David, he was pressured into the ring. Mike struggled with the weight of living up to his brother's legacies and the pressures of the wrestling business. In 1987, at the age of 23, Mike tragically took an overdose of Placidel near Louisville Lake. It was a devastating loss for the family and the wrestling community. The youngest of the Von Erich boys, Chris, also faced his own struggles. With his short stature, asthma, and extremely brittle bones, Chris was never able to achieve the same level of success as his brothers. He made numerous attempts to succeed in the wrestling world, driven by his love for the sport. However, his career did not take off like the rest of the families. On September 12, 1991, at the age of 21, Chris tragically shot himself in the head with a 9mm handgun. The wrestling world was once again left in shock and disbelief at the loss of another young and promising talent. The final blow to the family came with the death of Kerry Von Erich, the fourth son and the most well-known of the Von Erich boys. Kerry had achieved great success in world-class championship wrestling, winning the NWA World Heavyweight title from Ric Flair at the David Von Erich Memorial Parade of Champions. However, behind the scenes, Kerry battled personal demons, including addiction and legal troubles. On February 18, 1993, at the age of 33, Kerry tragically shot himself in the chest in the family yard. The wrestling world mourned the loss of a beloved performer and the end of an era for the Von Erich family. The accidental deaths that befell the Von Erich boys were devastating and left a lasting impact on the wrestling community. The tragic losses and the curse that seemed to follow the family would forever be etched in the annals of wrestling history. This was all from our side. Thank you for staying with us. If you enjoy our content, our newest videos are just a click away.